Oh my god, it is the running of the bulls. The park has just opened and everyone is running to Tutartis. I don't think I've seen this for like a coaster that's been open for a while.
People are loving this.
Yeah, I mean it's a very good coaster. Good morning from Park Asterix. It's actually our second day here today because yesterday we had a very long day. It was a 12-hour park day. The park was extremely busy and we didn't get on a lot, so it wouldn't have made for good viewing, really.
We were moaning a lot and we were like, we don't want it to be that way.
No.
We don't want it to be the impression that we give people of how we feel.
Park Asterix. It wasn't the best day. The ride operations were very good. It was just that the park was extremely busy. The food and the cleanliness of the park wasn't very good, and the whole park wasn't really our vibe. But it's day 2. We're probably not going to be here the whole day, but we'll get some thoughts on some rides. We have just taken a ride on Tutartis because we had early ride time this morning for staying at the on-site hotel. We stayed at Le Cité Suspendu, which is the suspended city hotel where you basically all the rooms are in the woodland lodges on like stilts. And it was a really, really nice hotel. It was one of the best theme park hotels I've stayed in, so that side of things, fantastic.
Yeah.
And we had a look around the whole resort and the other hotels look nice too. But yeah, Tutartis, what do you think of that? Fantastic.
Love it.
Yeah?
Brilliant ride.
Yeah, really good ride.
Yeah.
The theming's lovely, love that area, that new area. The station's beautiful. It's an Intamin. I've never done one of those sort of switchback. It launches you forwards and then it doesn't make it up the hill, launches you backwards, up the backward spike, then launches you again and you go over the top hat. Yeah, I mean that's the best part of the ride, that launch sequence, because you get some great airtime. And you get some great backwards airtime as well, backwards ejector airtime, which I don't really get anywhere.
I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that.
No.
It's very unique.
It's very unique.
Yeah. I really love it, actually.
Yeah.
It's up there with my top coasters.
It's a top coaster. It is a top coaster. The thing that stops it from being like a top 3 or whatever is the trim on the top hat.
Why is that there?
It's a very heavy trim, and I get trims are needed, but that seems to really kill.
It's a bit much. It is a bit much. You've built up all that speed and it's for nothing. Like the way Velocicoaster flies over the top hat, I wanted it to be like similar to that, but it's not even close.
Not close. It killed the second half. The second half of the layout's still fun, but it's not anything to write home about. But very good ride. We really did enjoy Tutartis, and also what we did enjoy yesterday was Osiris, a B&M inverted coaster. Not sure when it opened, but it's got the old B&M restraints, which is good. But yeah, like this B&M invert is like the size of this coaster is like in between like a Nemesis / Black Mamba and Montu, so it's like 120 feet I think this is, or around that height. So it is like a middle-sized B&M invert. And we really enjoyed it yesterday. We went on it twice and it was really good. One of my favourite B&M inverts. So
this is a part of our biggest gripes with how the park's been run. While the station ops are fantastic, every single rider queue has been shut.
Yeah.
Even though yesterday all the queue lines were at max capacity, like people spilling out of the edge. And we've had a few people say like, oh, maybe late August is off peak, like maybe late August isn't important for the parks. That is the busiest park day I have had for years, including when we went to Florida. Yeah, that is the busiest, so it's definitely not off peak.
It was a 10 till 10 ride opening. It was definitely a peak day. It was really busy, and just it was a shame to see like half the food outlets shut. And like I say, these single rider queues. I have heard this about this park. That they have single rider queues clearly advertised for the big coasters, but they just don't open them, so I'm not sure what that's about. One thing is also noticed about this park is that when this park opens at 10 AM, the general public run like I have never seen. You'll just see the video clips there of people running to Tutartis, and even this ride, people are like really like pushing to get on. And it's great to see. I mean, it's great to see that people have that much enthusiasm for a park. so that, I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, Osiris, we're now going into the inside section. The inside part of this ride is actually quite well themed. Really nice theme in here. You go through the sarcophagus into the tomb, and then you go through here, and we just got to go up the stairs. So this will be less than 10 minutes, that's for sure. So. There we go, we just came off Osiris. Or, I don't know, I think that's how you say it.
Osiris.
Yeah, Osiris.
That's how they're saying it.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a like I said, fantastic B&M family. B&M invert.
Definitely not family.
Definitely not family. Fantastic B&M invert, and one of our favourite inverts that we've done, to be honest.
My number one invert, if I was ranking them all. I've only done 5.
Yeah.
But that's my favourite.
It's between that or Monty. Monty's a lot more intense than that, but I do quite like Osiris because it's not that intense in my opinion compared to other ones I've done, and it's very re-rideable.
Yeah, I like this. Got like drops, like multiple drops. Like you think you're done dropping and then you're suddenly down again, and it just comes out of nowhere.
The first drop's quite steep, isn't it? It's really good. Which
it flips you over.
Yeah.
You don't like go around a little corner like a lot of them do.
Yeah.
Like Batman and stuff.
Yeah, it's got a good whip to it, and it runs really well. It's smooth, got the old restraints. 10-10.
About as solid as a coaster comes.
Yeah, really good, really fantastic. So this right here, the Octogenarium, is basically the same ride system as Storm Surge at Fort Park. You can just about see the boats through the queue line here, the same colour boats, but you can't really see the layout. Yeah, but it's much better themed. It's got an enclosed lift hill. It was good fun. We did that last night with a 5-minute wait because
we'd had a few drinks at the hotel.
We had a few drinks and
queues were massive.
By the time 8 PM rolled around, all the water rides were on like 5 minutes, so we just did the water rides. The Egyptian area in general is quite one of the nicer areas of this park. You've got a lovely bazaar area there where it's undercover and you have a few shops. So I do like that. Looks like the rain's coming over again. It's a very miserable day today. There's some good infrastructure at this park because the theming quality in this bit is nice.
Yeah, but wait till you get inside.
But there's this.
Tell me if you can even see anything.
Yeah.
Pitch black.
But there's just something about it that just looks. I think it is. It just needs a clean. Like it's dirty.
It is.
But I can tell at one point, and it still is. You know, look at this. Nice detail.
Yeah. But why are there no lights?
There's no lights in this bit. All the windows are dark. They should be lit up, surely.
And there's a table there.
This coffee shop is nice though. It's proper iron gates on the outside, and you've got a coffee shop and some cakes.
We saw people sat there in the pitch black yesterday.
You won't be able to see what you're eating.
Food. Don't know what they're
definitely supposed to be some lights in here, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Maybe they're not. Comment below. What is that? What is that?
I
It's a
don't know.
giant pineapple, it's like SpongeBob. But you get some lovely views, and I'll tell you one thing. It's a shame we didn't really vlog yesterday. I couldn't because I had no battery on my camera either. But the park at night, which we got to see for a good hour and a half because it's getting darker earlier now. The park at night looked very pretty, and I was quite impressed. And the ride ops throughout the whole day yesterday were doing the best they can. So, got no disrespect to the ride operations, and every single ride was open till 10 PM, which is quite rare because a lot of the times they will close like the kiddie coasters early, but all rides apart from the rapids were open till 10 PM. So that was really good. So that coaster you just saw there was Goodricks. It's a bit speechless about that one. It's not great, not good. not average, it was bad. It's an old ride and it's an old Vekoma, but it does have the new Vekoma trains, which helps a little bit because you're not banging your head.
Yeah.
But it's still rough and it's still crap, and I will never have to ride that again.
I didn't hate it. I quite like a classic sometimes, and like you say, you didn't hit your head, so it was alright.
Yeah. I think it's a Vekoma anyway. That's not 100% sure.
I'm 90% sure.
But yeah.
I think Zeus was worse, and you went on that voluntarily twice.
We're now walking over to Tutartis and Osiris, and we did this once yesterday. Waited over an hour for it. Awful. Such a good layout, but the trains, those Timberliner trains, are so rough that it really hurt us.
There aren't words to explain. Actually, there's visuals. So that's one, and that's the other. So we don't need words. That's how rough it is.
Really painful. I'm not joking. Like, it was really painful. But we did do a night ride because it was like 3 minutes to 10.
No one was here.
And we're like, we're near Tutartis and Osiris, let's just do that. And it was a hell of a night ride. I'm not saying it was good, but it was a hell of a night ride. And it was wild. It's on a 30-minute wait, and I don't think we'll do that again. Yeah, it's hard to get some off-ride footage unless we wait for Tutartis and Osiris, so you might not see any of that, but it is the wooden coaster you can see in the background over there. Hopefully we'll get some better footage of that at some point. But what is quite nicely themed is this disco coaster, which I like these ones where they got the whole support structure themed up. So this looks like a Greek, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's got fire at the top, and that works. And but I'm not bothered. I don't count these as creds, so I'm not doing them. But yeah, it looks really pretty. The subject of hotels, you can actually see cranes over there behind Tutartis, and I believe that is for a new hotel, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't take that as a fact. But I know I have seen concept art of a Egyptian themed hotel, I think. But the hotels, again, I've said it before earlier in this video, but hotels have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good theme park hotels, and I would recommend you staying in those hotels if you were to make a visit here, because if it wasn't for those hotels, our visit would have been a bit more sour. So
yeah, no, it was really good, and to get the early ride time, that's the only time we've managed to get on Tutartis.
Yeah.
Is during the early ride time, because the queues have been so mental. You can't get it on a fast track package. They've shut the single rider queue. The only way we weren't going to wait hours was if we had that hotel stay.
Yeah.
So that's how we've done it.
There you go.
4 times, morning, every time. So, yeah.
Lots of filler rides here, which we won't bother doing, but lots for families. But one thing this park doesn't seem to have is a lot of dark rides, so that would be a good thing to see in the future here, a good solid dark ride. This is one of the coasters we've got to do, or we've got left. I don't know how long it's on. This is on a 5-minute wait, so I can't say no to that because we do not have this credit yet. And after this ride we will only have one left to get, and that's the one we're not sure we will do because it's got a long wait. But yeah, let's give this a go. It looks like another Sierra coaster, so these are always quite interesting. Again, this ride looks like it's seen much better days. Look at the state of the walls around here. Peeling paint everywhere. So that was Flight of Icarus or something like that.
Oh, how immersive.
That's,
dirty tunnels really added to
that ride's definitely been neglected, hasn't it? For some time it was very dirty.
Very dirty.
And I mean, yeah, it's been definitely been neglected for some time. And you compare it to the rides next door, which look lovely.
Yeah.
The Greece area is very nice. This new Greece area, Pegasus, this Gerslauer family coaster we did last night. Yeah. Probably not going to go and do it again, but it was a very good family coaster, and it has a launch, only the one launch at the start.
Yeah, and then you get the lift hill.
Then you go straight into a lift hill, which is a little bit weird. But the layout is quite good. It goes right round the back of the park near the car park, and there's a show scene and a backward section. So that's a really good family ride. Station building for this is really nice. Really nicely presented this is. There you go, that's a fast track entrance. If you're going on a weekend, or from what I hear, any relatively busy day, fast track is probably a good option if you want to buy it. We haven't, but it's probably a good option. But yeah, we're not interested in doing like the filler rides here, like the little kiddie flats and stuff. We've got one coaster to do. I don't think we're going to do it. We will go in and watch the stunt show at midday, because I've heard very good things about that. But yeah, lots of there's bits to like about this park, there's bits to not like about this park. Whether or not you would like this park will probably be dependent on what you really like. To me, this is no different to a Merlin park, if I'm honest, and that's no disrespect to Merlin. I'm not saying they're the worst parks in the world. They're not the worst parks in the world. We actually
make such a point of this, actually.
They're
not that bad.
They're not that bad. And this park, I'm not saying it's a bad park, really. It's just not a park I'd probably come back to unless they build something really good. Walking back through the Egyptian area, like I said, this bazaar, it's lovely. Really nice area, this. Love the flooring. Love the attention to detail. Nice outdoor seating, and all of this is undercover, so you don't get rained on either. Lots of shops. That one's just selling toys. Oh, we've got some mugs there. Oh yeah, that's nice as well.
That's quite cool for a shirt.
Yeah, I might buy that as well.
Yeah, you might have to.
There you go. I just bought an Osiris print. I had to buy a big bag. So they didn't do like plastic carrier bags. That's fair enough. That's alright. That'd be useful. Yeah, I got 10% off. If you stay in the hotels, you get 10% off. So the print was €10, so I got that for £9. This coaster is new for this year. It actually only opened about 2 weeks ago. It's a Gerstlauer family spinning coaster. It's very short, and it's always been on a very long queue. So we're not going to get it done. But it's very frustrating because, again, the single rider queues are shut. And at least half of these trains are going around with empty seats, so very frustrating. Looks like a really heavily themed coaster though, but it's such a shame. It's on a 50-minute wait, and yeah, there's no single rider. Like I say, the newer areas are great. Turns out the single rider is open.
It's just very well hidden. It's the only one open in the park, but I spoke to the guy, it's open, so we're gonna go.
Okay, so we eat our words for that.
I'm still confused by the three. Is there just no one in this queue?
Yeah, no one in the single rider queue then. Yeah, really heavily themed. This will be the last coaster of the park to get. So let's go and get it done. Hello. Looks really well themed.
Yeah.
Like the theming of the new stuff here, 10-10. Look at this. Look at that. Good job Ruby went and checked, because all the other single rider queues have been shut. That one is open and it's very, very hidden. So no one was in the queue, and we actually just went on together.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously that's why we were seeing so many threes go around and thought it must be shut, but no, so you have to go up the exit, turn right rather than left when you get to the accessibility route, and then it's just like on the side, but it's so hidden. Like there's signs for single rider outside, but it's really not clear where it is.
No.
So I just went and asked a member of staff, and yeah, we went straight up, went on together. No one was there.
That was really good. Walk on, and it's got an hour queue. That is fantastic. I tell you what, the new stuff in this park is really good. Like the theming of that, like so intricate. The track goes like in the station, like over the station, and it's got like a little mini launch halfway around. Gerstlauer, I tell you what, Gerstlauer absolutely makes some great family coasters. That is another good coaster. Very short. Wouldn't want to wait too long for it, but really good addition to this park. I tell you what is also quite good here. This Mack bobsled coaster called La Trosse de Horror, or Hurrah, or whatever it's called. I'm not very good at French pronunciation. But that, we went on this last night, this big Mack bobsled coaster. Probably one of the biggest ones I've done. Probably one of the biggest ones out there. It's very tall. That's the lift hill for it. Just behind those trees. There you go. You can see the lift hill. Yeah, and we went on this last night in the dark. and it was really good. Really good. It actually packs a bit of force.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed that, and it runs a hell of a lot of trains. So we got on that quite quickly.
I noticed as well the trains on that, the cars are a little bit shorter, it seems. So normally I can't touch my feet when I'm on there, and I'm hanging on by my stomach, like where the lap bar is, and it hurts. But on this one, for some reason, I can touch my feet just fine. It's really comfortable.
Yeah, really good family coaster that is. I really enjoyed that. I really like this area, the festival Tutartis area. Really nice. I love the lighting around here, the festoon, what do you call them? Like what are they called? Festin, these lights.
Fairy lights.
Fairy lights. But
fairy lights.
Yeah, but it looks really good at night. Yeah, it's a really nice area. I like this big, massive statue in the middle here. Reminds me a bit like Wicker Man. It's giving Wicker Man vibes. But yeah, the attention to detail and the quality of the theming in this area is really good. The rock work's really nice. There's the Zamperla Nebula up there. They always look great off-ride, they do, but they don't really do a lot. They don't really do a lot, do they? No. Also at Park Asterix, they have a massive what do you call them?
I call them Tutartis Splash. I don't know what it actually is called.
They have a massive flume ride. They have a normal log flume which is around the corner. This one's called the Grand Splash, which is like Tutartis Splash at Portaventura. We haven't gone on this trip. It's not quite hot enough to go on this, but it does look good. I think this does go around the whole top of this sort of mountain area, fake mountain. But yeah, it's nice on a hot day to ride this, and the water's quite clean around here.
Yeah, this front of the park's got the nice dyed water.
It's got some nice dyed blue water. So just opposite the Grand Splash, which you just saw there, is the log flume, and this is the building for the station. So it's really nicely themed, this one. And it's got actually quite a big drop, this log flume. That is the main drop there. Again, we've not done this one. We're not going to bother, I don't think, of doing the log flume. Yeah, it looks nice. Good selection, like I say, good selection of water rides. This looks nicely themed. It's a massive station building. And a good final drop by the looks of it. We're just taking some time out of our day to go and explore all the areas of the park that we haven't actually looked at yet. This is the main entrance. Obviously we went through the hotel entrance at the back of the park, but yeah, it's quite a nice main entrance. Again, a little bit dated and like needs a bit of lick of paint, but it's nice. It's like it's
4 shops here.
Yeah, it's a nice entrance, to be fair. There are lots of shops, and the merch here we keep saying is quite good, to be honest.
Nice tea.
Yeah, I got a couple of art prints for the house, but yeah, the merch here is quite nice. This is more of a clothes shop. But yeah, you get some nice, this is more of a clothes and boutique shop, but the other shop we went in, lots of magnets and mugs. So you got some mugs here. This is more about the characters. The other shop we went into was more about the rides. Yeah, I do quite like the merch here. Yeah, lovely entrance plaza and avenue. It reminds me of...
This little guy is associated with Tutartis somehow.
He's very cute. You can get a massive one for 90 euros, but he's a cute one. Yeah, do know. Nice entrance, nice entrance. Reminds me of like some bigger parks out there, like Universal and Portaventura sort of thing, but yeah. Nice. This needs a bit of a freshen up, but more shops, lots of shops. Tourist info. And at the end of the avenue you have this big mountain with I don't even know what his name is.
That's Asterix.
Is that just Asterix, is it?
The main dude.
The main dude?
That is nice.
Just sitting on top there. Quite cool, looking down on you. I'm guessing this big Colosseum is a big show building. We're not really show people, we don't really go and watch all the shows, but we're going to try and catch this stunt show in a bit. So there we go, just taking a little walk around the park. We've shown you most things now. We haven't shown you the rapids and some other attractions that are like filler attractions. And obviously we haven't been able to take you on ride or anything like that. It's been quite a short vlog. We are going to go and watch this show. It starts in 5 minutes, so hopefully we can go and catch this stunt show, because apparently it's quite good. And then after that we're going to call it a day. Just went to use the loos again, and just to reiterate, I definitely don't think the cleanliness of this park is good. The toilets are awful. So yeah, I've used enough toilets around the park now to have a very valid assessment of that, and the cleanliness is just not good. But you know, one thing I will say about this park is the staff have been great. Every single staff member has been fantastic. They couldn't do enough for you. The ride-ups have been great. There's 2 great coasters here, but other than that, you know, it's a park that we aren't going to return to anytime soon, maybe until they maybe build something else, but I can't see us returning here again. But let's go and check the show out. Okay, we just came out of the Stunt show. Don't actually know what the official name for that is. I believe there is at least 2 showings of that a day, and yeah, I was quite impressed with that. I'm glad we watched it. I'm not really a show person, but that was very high budget for a park like this. There's a lot of effects going on in there, and the sets and the scenes were very large, so like that show wouldn't sort of look out of place at a Disney park. The storyline's a bit weird, but
I can't really explain
it was a bit slapstick in comedy. It's a bit like Charlie Chaplin, sort of like silent movie.
But then at the end, the main character just starts singing.
Yeah, it turns into a musical.
And I was like, okay, it's a musical. And he's like fully doing this whole performance. It just came out of absolutely nowhere. Yeah. Interesting stuff, but yeah, it was quite impressive actually.
Yeah, the park isn't quite as busy today. It's a Sunday today. It was Saturday yesterday. So it's not quite as busy. Most of the queues are on 30-40 minutes. So not too bad, whereas most things yesterday was on about 45-60.
Some got to like 90 yesterday.
Yeah, the new coaster got to 90 at some point. but it handles the crowds well because there's a lot of attractions, and like I said, the ride ops are quite good, well, very good to be fair, and the staff are great. But you know, yeah, really enjoyed that show. That was good. Glad we watched that, and we're sort of leaving the park now because we have done every coaster here. We've done Tutartis 4 times over the last 2 days, and although we would probably like to do a few more goes on it, it's not got a short wait. And yeah, we feel like, you know, we've done this park now, seen it, we've conquered it. It's not the worst park I've been to, it's not the best park I've been to. Like,
the potential's there, the theming is there in places, but a lot of it is just a bit dilapidated.
Yeah, I think that's a bit that lets it down.
Yeah, it's just not well kept, and all this stuff that they've got in recently that's so nice.
Good, yeah.
I just hope that they maintain it, because they clearly haven't with the vast
older
majority
stuff
of the park. Yeah.
Yeah, I echo those thoughts really. They're the things that, you know, put a dampen on it. The half the park looking a bit dilapidated, yeah.
That's the only word for it.
Yeah, a bit run down,
yeah.
And not to the standard it should be kept at. Cleanliness, and also just like ride lineup. I know loads of people say this ride lineup's quite good, but there is only 2 coasters here that I'd really want to re-ride. And the family stuff's good, but I'm not the target audience for a family coaster. It's not my, you know. So for us, there's nothing really to return for.
No. I mean,
Tutartis is good, but is that good enough to come to this park?
No.
Not regularly. Anyways.
I'd like to take it somewhere else, because I do really like it, genuinely. Like,
yeah.
I know, you know, we've had a lot of negative things to say, but that genuinely is one of the best coasters in Europe.
It is.
And I don't think
no, it is. It is one of the best coasters in Europe. It is good. Really nice visit in terms of the hotel stay, so we've really enjoyed it here, and we're actually now moving on to Disneyland Paris as a surprise. Yeah, it was Disneyland Paris was like a last minute decision made by us. We booked the tickets yesterday, so we've moved our itinerary forward, so we've left here. It's about it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
yeah.
So we're actually doing what we were going to do tomorrow today. And yeah, which means to have an extra day, and we said we'll do Disneyland Paris. So yeah, we have cut our trip here short. We weren't supposed to be here for 2 full days, but you know, we've enjoyed getting on all the coasters. I'm glad we got on all the coasters. Yeah. And there's some good attractions here. But yeah, we're now walking through where we stayed last night, and this is the Cité du Suspendu. Really recommend this hotel. Also the brand new hotel, the Quais de Letus. Yeah. Really well themed, but this is a bit more like in the woods, and I quite like this sort of vibe. And the hotel room was fantastic. One of the best hotel rooms at a theme park I've ever stayed in. So really good. And we had our own balcony as well. So really recommend staying at the hotel if you are going to come here, because you do get the early ride time on Tutartis.
My final thoughts are: open the single rider queues, please. Yeah. No reason for that, no excuse.
I've got a feeling that they only ever used, I don't know, please put in the comments below. We have only been to this park once, but it looks like, because it was on the new ride, wasn't it, the single rider queue open, and then all the other rides which had single rider queues were shut. So is it a thing that they only do when a brand new ride opens and then just leave it closed after?
I think that's just a coincidence.
It might be a coincidence, but I have seen comments on this park saying that they don't actively use single rider queues.
Well, then don't install one.
So, but yeah, the
I have nothing else
the infrastructure's there, and it can help with operations. So yeah, bit gutted about that one. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Sorry it's been a bit negative. It's probably been the only negative video of the whole trip.
So, just because Wallaby Holland had, you know,
just because it was a disappointment, really. And Wallaby Holland was a little bit of a disappointment, but we were kind of expecting it a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that was exactly as I expected. I had a fun day, but it wasn't a great park. But I had a fun day.
Whereas this park is fair to say it's been a bit of a disappointment. But these things you're gonna have disappointments when you go and do theme parks that you've never been to. You're gonna have good ones and you're gonna have not so good ones. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you at Disneyland Paris.
Yay!